What is up, guys? My name is Creature Play and welcome to my newest player review video. I'd like to give a shout out to Pancake for helping me grab some footage. Today we're going to review the 99 overall Hoops star Donovan McNabb. He's got 93 speed, 98 throwing power. His accuracies are 93, 98, and 97. He's got 9 to long pass style, 7 to speed run style. Some of his other stats you see in here, he's got 96 acceleration, 83 carrying. He also has 89 stiff arm, 81 spin move, 92 juke move, which is what I use more than anything, and it is definitely crisp. As of today, which is Wednesday, April 6th, he's going for about 1.49 on Xbox One and about 1.8 on PS4. So with that, let's get right into it. So I've used almost every quarterback in the game so far this year. I've at least tested all of them. And this is by far my favorite quarterback. I've used, the Tribute Manning, I've used Boss Vic, I've used the quarterbacks that most people would consider high tier, and they just were kind of lacking in one spot or another. Manning was by far the best in the game at accuracy, but obviously he's not as mobile. And Vic is probably the most mobile quarterback, but his accuracies aren't the greatest, medium-wise, at least in my experience. So I tried this McNabb out today, and he is everything that I want in a quarterback. And I'm not using that as hyperbole. He is fantastic. He is the best rushing quarterback I have used to date. Now, the thing I like about his rushing compared to somebody, say, like Vic, he only has, only 93 speed, compared to Vic's 98, but it doesn't feel slow. His 96 acceleration definitely makes up for it. But the difference between him and Vic is that Vic fumbled a lot. He fumbled way more than he should have, especially for what his price tag entails. In addition to not having a fumbling problem at all, he broke so many tackles. He broke tackles like a running back would. Now keep in mind, in all these clips you're seeing, I am not holding R1 to protect the ball or anything. And he is just pushing people down to the ground. He's spinning out of things. He's just doing crazy things that you would only normally see out of a halfback, including falling forward almost every single time he got tackled, which you just saw. The other thing I like about him is, like I said, he doesn't have Vic speed, but 93 speed with 96 acceleration is crazy. He has enough speed to get around the edge almost every single time. No matter what end somebody might be using, the highest has, about 92, 93 speed now. He still got around it no problem. That 96 acceleration really didn't make him feel too much slower than Boss Vic from when I had used him. I brought up his awesome carrying and non-fumbling issue earlier, and here I'm going to actually show you some clips. Not only did he not fumble hardly at all like Vic, but he was able to take hard hit sticks from safeties and linebackers, and it really didn't feel any different than if I were using a running back. In fact, the only times that he did fumble were if it were my fault and he were kind of, in the middle of a double juke, which any quarterback would do, so I didn't hold it against him. You can see right here, this one right here was one of the hit stick ones, but this was only 2 fumbles from 2 hit sticks out of probably combined around 65 to 70 rushing attempts with him. So 2 legit fumbles, not including double juke moves or, extremely fatigued like you're seeing in this clip right here, really is one of the better percentages for any quarterback in the game. So now we're going to get straight into his throwing, his accuracy, power, etc. I didn't really feel that he had any flaws in any single throwing category when it comes to his accuracies, his power. He felt top tier, better than Vic. It definitely was rare when it happened, but the only time I had any accuracy issues with him were, there were 2 clips that I managed to get. One of them somehow didn't save, but throwing a high pass medium, for some reason 2 of them he threw over the top, which you'll see coming up, but that was it. 2 overthrown passes out of probably, again, an equal 60, 70 passes throughout the games that we were testing him with is not bad at all. Manning, I really don't remember ever throwing an off-target pass with him, so I guess I will technically give him the edge, but McNabb is just as good, maybe slightly under. I still consider them about even. So his throwing deep was also another great area that he exceeded in. I compared him to Vic earlier, and Vic had that 100 throwing power, but I get really, weird with my testing, and I like to analyze, the distances from the time the ball is released to where the receiver will actually catch it. And despite having 100 power with Vic, I never really felt like he threw it as far as he should have. Team of the Year Wilson was throwing it just as far as he was. This McNabb is the first quarterback that actually throws it to what feels like 100 throwing power. Throwing on the run was another non-issue for him. He has 97 throwing power, which is pretty high. The only one I can think of that may have higher is Manziel with his 99. But for the most part, he was dead on no matter the distance, the speed, the situation. He was pretty much dead on every time I tried to throw it on the run with him. I even tried testing him and throwing, cross body across the field to somebody. And you'll see coming up right here that he had no issue at all. He did it, more often than not. We were doing kind of, extreme testing on him, and he was pretty fatigued, and he did miss one crossbody throw on the run, but that was the only thing he missed. Here's the overthrown high medium pass I was talking about earlier, but just want to note that that was the only time he ever missed a pass. He was able to high pass any other distance every other time. And then here is that other off target throwing on the run play. His play action was one of the weird things to me. I don't know why. He has 91, which is higher than Manning's 90, so it should be, dead on every time. But I felt it was about 60-40, when they wouldn't bite for it or when they would. 6 out of 10 times they would bite it, but a lot of the times they didn't even react at all. They would straight rush him, as you can see here. I didn't really have that issue at all with Manning, so I don't know if it was because I wasn't running or what. I don't know. But overall, I love this card. This is hands down my favorite quarterback in the entire game, and I have used them all. I prefer a mobile quarterback, and then, if he's got great accuracies, I can work with it, but he is everything. He is everything that I want in a quarterback. Not only is he the best mobile quarterback because he doesn't fumble, he breaks a ton of tackles, he's ridiculously fast, but he is just as good as the tribute Manning in accuracies, maybe just a little tiny under, but I wouldn't consider it a noticeable difference. So yes, he has a high price tag. He will probably come down, but I would say he's worth saving for, and you probably won't need another one for the rest of the year. As always, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Till next time, take care.